Diddy do it. Diddy did it. And Diddy do it. Let's wait for some more people to get in here, y'all. Shout out to y'all for pulling up. As y'all pull up, shout out where y'all from. Shout out where y'all at. Tap in. Tap in. Tap in. It's a lot going on, y'all. You know we got to talk about it. I was supposed to go live, for like a day or so ago. But I thought this was going to be something that kind of like blew over, but lo and behold, it's not. It's about what? It's like the third day, right? We talking about it. It's like the third day since everything happened. It's been 3 days since we've been talking about Diddy. We got a lot of people from Jersey always pulling up. Shout out to Jersey. I always tell y'all, Jersey got some of the most beautiful women. Shout out Jersey. D'Angelo, what's up, though, bro? I know. What's up, bro? I don't know how to say the name, but I see it got I know, LOL, and everything in there. Shout out to you. Always pulling up. We gonna talk a couple facts today, though, y'all. Sometimes I wish I could just get on IG so I could, be a little more loose with my words and stuff, but it is what it is. We gonna keep it a little censored. Y'all know YouTube and their guidelines be crazy. But we're gonna get into it. I just wanna talk a few things. Like, a lot of times when things happen and everybody's shocked, nobody really get to sit there and think outside the box. And not just so much as think outside the box, but also take a step back from the whole shock value and everything you're being told. Take a step back and really evaluate things, right? And see what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. Stop letting these people just tell you whatever and we run with it. And it's the same thing that keeps happening. Every time we see somebody, especially in our culture, go through something, we automatically, without even questioning, right? Without questioning, we just automatically, yep, he's guilty. These days, there's no such thing as innocent until proven guilty. Because even when that happens and you're accused of something or whatever allegation you're facing, people don't wait to see the verdict. That's the problem with this generation that we're in now. Culture, whatever you want to call it. You're guilty by allegation. Right now, I could say somebody did X, Y, and Z. And nobody's going to sit there and be like, well, I don't think you did. The most they're going to do is they're going to pay attention to whatever I say. And even if it's right or wrong, it's still going to be in the back of their head like, damn, he said such and such is to this. He said such and such is to that. And these guys, especially being celebrities, what happens is when they're accused of something, these companies don't wait until the verdict happens. They don't wait to hear what actually happened. You're dropped. Because they don't want to be, they don't want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Damn is the word I'm looking for. But, associated. They don't want to be associated with that. They don't want their company or their brand being associated with a pedo or somebody that has assault, intimate. So I can't say certain things on here, but y'all know what I be trying to say. So, like I said, we living in weird times, man. And then not only that, shout out to Slim Thug. Slim Thug made a very good point today. Or was it yesterday? He said, we're so easy to flip on our own. We're so easy. A couple days ago, right? Or let's say a couple weeks ago, Diddy was on top. Diddy is Diddy. Everybody know Diddy for being Diddy. In a blink of an eye. All it takes is one post, one social media post. All it takes is one little news clip, whatever it is. And everybody's against him. Nobody's even trying to, that's the problem. We're so easily just able to go against our own without questioning things. And I know, listen, it's easy. You know what they do? This is how they get you, right? Right now, when you pay attention, let's say it'll be easy to say R. Kelly did X, Y, and Z because guess what? We know him for being this freaky little, this freaky little thing. Nobody's going to believe, R. Kelly went outside and shot so-and-so. Or R. Kelly had this beef and he hired the hitman to do it. No, but that's not believable. But they're always going to play up your alley. Always. Right? They're not going to say, well, he shot this. It don't play into his alley. But you know what does play into his alley? Sexual stuff. And like I said, I can't, for y'all that just got in there, y'all know YouTube and their guidelines, you can't say certain things, so, Now, whether any of this is true or not, right? I'm not here to debate whether he did it or not. But I am here to try to debate or just try to drill in y'all heads. I just want y'all to watch everything, right? Watch everything. Don't just look right because everybody's saying look right. Look left sometimes, right? See everything from your own point of view. Yeah, now listen, it's it's without a doubt. First of all, Diddy done had these allegations on his name forever, right? We've been hearing about his parties. For y'all that's from the 90s and the early 2000s, you know about Diddy and them parties. You know how they always talked about Diddy and them parties. We know that, right? So I'm not saying that. What I am saying is just pay attention to what's going on, right? The things they're able to tell you and we just easily believe it. Shout out Larry Love. What's up, bro? Shout out Isaac. Isaac, what's up? Appreciate y'all for pulling through. Stu Main, what's up, bro? Gotcha, girl. What's up? How you doing, Charmaine? What's up? Shout out to all y'all for pulling up, man. So, like I said, we just gonna go over a couple things that they told us that I feel don't make sense. And yeah, like I said, any conclusion y'all want to come to, that's on y'all. If y'all want to, like I said, I'm not here to sway your thinking or none of that. I just want to open things, and I just want y'all to see it from a different angle. He fell from grace. Shout out to you, Deshaun Barnes. Diddy been doing foul-ish. This ain't no distraction. It's not about it being distraction, but it's definitely a part of a distraction. And when I say distraction, I mean in general, overall. Gene Deal told y'all. That's a fact. And that's another thing. First of all, this is what y'all got to pay attention to. There's people that have been blowing that whistle. And it's crazy because now, right? You see how he said Gene Deal been told y'all? I've been reposting Gene Deal all on Instagram for years, right? And what he's been saying about Diddy and Biggie. Because there was a point in time, everybody was saying, oh, Gene Deal crazy. Oh, he's lying. He's just doing it for clicks and views. He's just trying to come up. Now look. Now you have people saying, oh, pay attention to Gene Deal. When just a couple weeks ago, everybody was calling Gene Deal crazy. You see what I'm saying? That's how this world works. It's crazy. No matter how much proof Gene Deal had, he been telling y'all he been having proof. And let me tell you another thing. If he was lying, he would have been had a cease and desist letter or a lawsuit or something. But he wasn't. And he been speaking this for years. It's just now coming out, but Gene Deal been telling y'all for years. So, like I said, it's not about whether and that's what we keep getting caught up in. I'm not saying whether he did it or not, because that's not the debate here. What I am saying is pay attention to the things that don't make sense and what they're really after. That's what I'm saying. What are they really after? If you think all this is distraction with something else, you are okay with what he did, raping all these men and black men. See, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. just pay attention for a minute. Hold up. I didn't even get to say anything I'm saying yet. What do you mean? Do I think Diddy has some type of blackmail? Yes. This is what I'm saying. Now, if y'all watch the videos that I already did covering this, that's exactly what I'm saying. He has something on someone that they want this man out of here. They don't want him exposing something. It's something he has. But what they're trying to mask it with is, oh, trafficking this. And no, it's deeper than that. That's what I'm trying to say. But like I said, this is YouTube. I can't really say certain things because certain keywords, they YouTube is weird. But what I'm trying to say is all these sexual allegations or whatever, it may be true because we know that Diddy's a little rain, some ain't right. But what I am saying is he has something on a grand scale that they're after. They are after. Let's be real. Diddy, JayZ, all of them are a part of that circle. For whatever reason, they want to get rid of Diddy. Now, y'all got to also keep in mind, Diddy went against a very, very, very known family or whatever them people name is with that liquor brand. And since he had that lawsuit against him, and since we heard that he was winning in that lawsuit, guess what? After that, he been going downhill since. This is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say it's more to the story than we're being told. So that's why I want to go over the timeline, and I want y'all to come to your own conclusion. Don't believe me. I'm just bringing certain things to your awareness. I tell you all the time, this is a awareness page. Don't believe anything I say. Do your own homework, bro. For real. Diddy takedown. That's a fact. Let me tell you, this is what people don't understand. See, if you from the 90s, right? If you was around in the 90s, the early 2000s, you already know what type of MO Diddy is on, man. Right? Nori used to say it all the time until he got that show, Drink Champs, and, Revolt was the one behind him. So he can't really say too much. But Nori used to talk about Diddy parties as well. Everybody know about Diddy and who he is, bro. They know this already. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not a point of whether Diddy is flamboyant and did he do X, Y, and Z. No. I'm just trying to say there's something bigger than what we're being told. Right? Pay attention, right? What's the guy? Brendan Hall or Brendan Paul, whatever the white guy name is, who they said was his drug mule. Now, when you pay attention, they caught them both at the airport on a private jet. If it was so serious, why didn't they arrest Diddy right there? Right now, there's pictures circulating of the agents with Diddy and the white guy. Why wasn't Diddy arrested? That's because it's deeper than, they don't want Diddy. They want what he has. You see what I'm saying? They want what he has. They don't care about no goddamn, no Diddy. They don't want Diddy. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. They don't want Diddy. It's not about Diddy. It's what he has. So they're going to put all these allegations. And this is another thing. Peep the pattern that they do, right? They do this pattern on every black celebrity that they want to tear down for whatever reason. Bill Cosby. So everybody loved Bill Cosby, and then all it took was a week. Bill Cosby. Oh, he drugged girls. He did this. Guess what? Whole reputation diminished. Then everybody started coming out. Once again, everybody started having stories. Oh yeah, I remember when Bill Cosby was at this party. I think he put this in this drink because I seen him. Oh, I remember when Bill Cosby wanted me to come to his hotel room. Come on, all of a sudden everybody got stories. And guess what? Like I say about the R. Kelly case, and I'm gonna stick to this. If you sat there and watched, right? If you sat there and watched something go on and you didn't say nothing, you just as guilty. You're just as guilty. For them people that sat there and said they seen R. Kelly with the little girl and didn't say nothing, guess what? You're crazy too. You should be arrested too. It's no way in hell one of my friends is going to come in this house right now with a young girl and sit beside me and me not be like, yo, listen, who that? That's your daughter? That's your daughter? That's your niece? That's your cousin? Who is that to you? Don't bring her in here, bro, because I don't want to be a part of nothing y'all got. And guess what? Even if I figure out you doing X, Y, and Z, I might call the cops on you myself, whether you my friend or not. Because at that point, you're not my friend. Anybody that don't take care of their kids, anybody that's out here doing weird stuff to kids, I don't care who you are. You're not my friend. Family, friend, whoever you are not no kin to me if you sitting here doing something that's morally against what I believe in. Simple. Simple. So for the people that sit there, all of a sudden they got stories. And Teray, that guy, I don't know, what's his name? Teray something. I forgot his name. But he's a newscaster. He used to be all over MTV and BET back in the days. All of a sudden he come out with a story. Where you come from? Right? Where y'all come from? This is my thing. Where are all these stories coming from? All of a sudden, y'all guys got stories that y'all been... Where were these stories when they were prevalent? Because here's my thing, right? If you nip it in the bud, it wouldn't have got as crazy as it got. This is why I hate when people say, oh, well, people should stay quiet, or, you could never... What they say? Their favorite thing is, oh, they stayed quiet because they were scared. Let me tell you right now, it's not about that. When you stay quiet, you're enabling the behavior. Right? When you stay quiet, you're enabling the behavior. So what happens is when you stay quiet, you're making it able for other people to be victims, to become victims. When you could have nipped it in the bud right there, and none of this would have happened. This is what I'm saying. There's no such thing as staying quiet. And no, when you stay quiet, you're doing more harm than good. Come on, man. He did the R. Kelly interview. Which one? He's one of the, let me tell you, y'all gotta understand, man. Y'all gotta understand. And Ice Cube even been telling y'all for the longest. And it's, all right, let me take it all the way back, right? Let me take it all the way back. if y'all remember, it was a point in time when rap was rap, right? Rap was about rebelling against the system. Rap was about us coming together. Rap was about was about being against oppression. You know, back in the NWA day, you know, things that, well, before before NWA, but I'm talking about around those days. It was about fighting against the powers that be, right? Now, once them people, quote unquote, them people got a hold of it, and they became executive owners and owners of this label, and they sitting there dictating what happens in hip hop. Guess what? That's when it took a turn. When hip hop wasn't profitable, that's when it was the best. When hip hop wasn't beneficial and wasn't generating all this bunch of gazillions of dollars, it was the best. Because nobody had their hands in it. The minute they had their hands in it, guess what started happening? You start hearing about these same owners that own these record labels being invested into these prisons. And guess what? Guess what started happening? Them same owners who invested in them companies that invested in them private prisons, all of a sudden you start seeing rappers go to jail, but in an alarming rate. It ain't no coincidence. Come on, man. Y'all gotta pay attention. There's a lot going on. And see, shout out to D'Angelo, because that's what I was getting at. I'm just all over the place right now. But I was just about to say that as well. But later on, the Nickelodeon thing. Pay attention that once that come out, all of a sudden you hear about Diddy. Now nobody even talk about the Nickelodeon documentary no more. You see how that works? Come on, y'all, like, come on, man. We can't be this. This is what I'm saying. We're so easily manipulated to rip each other down, right? Nickelodeon got a whole, let me tell y'all, they got a whole segment, a whole documentary about all these executive producers messing with these kids, and nobody's talking about that. Not one person. Why are we not going out on a limb? Why is there no big social media posts? Why is it none of this Nickelodeon stuff? It's like all that just got swept under the rug. They came out and told us, they made a whole documentary, and then next you know, we don't hear nothing about it. What? Come on. But guess what? Diddy has been trending for the past week almost. What, 4 or 5 days already? Every day you turn around, there's a new Diddy this. Oh, Diddy went to this country. Diddy went here. Oh, we got pictures of Diddy. We don't care about none of that, man. We don't care about none of that because none of it's making sense anyway. Like I said in the video, y'all mean to tell me the Homeland Security came for this man, right? The feds, whoever. They came for him. They didn't freeze none of his assets. They didn't take none of his properties. Nobody in his family got arrested. What else? No cars taken. No jets taken. Let me tell y'all, when them feds come, and let me tell y'all right now, because I've been through it. Not me personally, but I've seen somebody go through it. When the feds come, they don't just come to your house. No, they're freezing assets so you don't go nowhere. They come into your house. They taking everything. That jet that he's seeing on, he's doing X, Y, and Z, that would have been confiscated. They would have been seized that. Because wouldn't that be the first thing you take, knowing that this man who's possibly about to go down, he has his own jet, he could leave whenever he want? Let's be real here. Speaking of R. Kelly, why weren't the parents charged? Some of the parents engaged and encouraged their daughters to get that money. So why they? Exactly. Now let me tell you, see, we already spoke on the whole R. Kelly situation, but once again, I try to keep my personal views off social media a lot of the times because social media has become such a weak place. Nobody wants to hear truth. But I've spoken on that on a couple of lives in the past. You mean to tell, and once again, just make sense of this, right? If you have a daughter, or even if you have a son, you mean to tell me your child, your underage child, right? Your underage child is able to leave your house for weeks, months, and you don't say nothing? Come on, y'all. Let's be real here. Or how about this one? When they told you, oh yeah, the father was outside of R. Kelly's house calling. He knew his daughter was in there, but let's be real, y'all. Come on. Come on, why do we just believe anything? You mean to tell me right now, that if my daughter was missing and I know that she's in whatever house, I'm going to sit outside in the front and not do nothing, just call? Is you crazy? Come on, man. Come on, we got to stop believing everything we hear. Stop, just because it's in the media. That's bad. That's more than bad parenting. That's crazy to me. When I used to be, let me tell you, when I was young, if I used to be outside for when it's past, what's that? The street light, my mother's on my heels. So imagine being gone for weeks, months. What? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Like, we gotta stop this, man. They knew because Marion Aaliyah was front page news. Not only that, but let me tell you, a lot's gonna come out about JayZ too. I guess they're just waiting for whatever or whenever they're waiting for, but it's gonna come out a lot about JayZ too. People don't understand. At the end of the day, JayZ was messing with Aaliyah before Dame Dash was, when she was underage, right? He was also messing with Foxy Brown. She came out and said that too, but it got swept under the rug. Like, people like, this is not old news. This is why people like Wendy Williams is going through what she's going through now, because she's been exposing this. And look how crazy it is, right? The same stuff that Wendy Williams was called crazy for back in the days when she was exposing this about Diddy and JayZ and all these guys. Guess what? She was called crazy for it, right? Now look, how crazy is she now? You see what I'm saying? How crazy is she now? Come on, man. Come on. Y'all got to pay attention to this stuff. And it's easy. I'm not saying, like, all you got to do sometimes is sit back and watch. Sit back and watch. Yeah, Superhead. I just posted about Superhead yesterday when she was telling y'all about Diddy. Superhead was telling y'all about Diddy a long time ago. Not only Diddy, she was telling y'all about JayZ, Diddy, who else? Ja Rule. She was telling you about everybody. But that book got swept under the rug too. And you know what it is? It's not so much that these things are getting swept under the rug. Y'all gotta remember, a lot of this stuff was going on back in the day. So if you not old enough, it's not in your head. Like, you don't know. But most of the people from back in the days, they already know this ain't new news. This is just shocking for this generation. This is old news. Diddy being flamboyant, this is old news. Everybody knew this already. Once again, if y'all remember his parties, when they used to talk about Diddy parties, when he used to make everybody sign NDAs in order to come on, man. Come on. When they used to talk about Diddy parties before, but nobody said anything. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Diddy and JayZ. First of all, if y'all pay attention to how everything's going, right? Every time Diddy get into something, you know what happens? Nobody sticks up. Nobody sticks up for him. But when he's in their face, they his best friend. That right there is a red flag. That been a red flag to me. Whenever Diddy is around these guys and you see him with them, they all look nervous. They all look nervous. They all look nervous. Whenever he go through something, they never say, you never hear free Diddy. You never hear, oh, Diddy innocent, or why they attacking Diddy. You know why? Because they know what's up. They just can't talk about it. And another thing, when y'all say, oh, Cat Williams ain't predict nothing. It ain't about predicting anything. Everybody knows this already. It's just that not a lot of people are able to speak up about it. Not that they aren't able, they're scared to speak up about it. Ain't nobody predicting nothing. All this stuff is already out there. If you inside, if you in them circles, you know what's going on. But if you're not in them circles, you just don't know. Us as fans or supporters, we don't know. So it's new to us when somebody come out and say, yes, Diddy's going to go out. Diddy's going to do this. Diddy's going to get exposed. Diddy's been doing this. But guess what? It's old information. If you in that entertainment circle, it's old information. When they say things like, oh, Diddy and Meek Mill, they doing X, Y, and Z. Listen, I'm not going to say Meek did anything. All I'm going to say is no grown man should be wearing matching shirts with another grown man. And if y'all are, why? Why? You see what I'm saying? Why? I never heard of that one. Ain't no grown man going to sit there and call me daddy and say I look good. I'm sorry. Ain't no grown man going to sit there and say, oh, you should come party with me. And say, you don't party with me, you looking good, and licking his lips. No man is going to ever do that to my face. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to pay attention, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying whether he did it or whether he's not. I'm just saying, y'all got to pay attention to things that's going on. And it's awfully funny to me that once information start coming out about certain rappers doing X, Y, and Z, suddenly Diddy's falling. I personally think these guys came out of nowhere. They got together and like, yo, listen, I'm tired of Diddy. I'm tired. He got too much on us. We got to do something. We got to do something. Once again, if y'all pay attention, they don't want Diddy. You heard what Reggie Wright said. Reggie Wright said they want them tapes. Gene Deal said he got tapes. You see what I'm saying? Diddy got tapes. They don't want Diddy. They want what Diddy got. Pay attention to Russell. What Russell do? Russell been messing with Kimura since what age? Once again, if you're not old enough, you don't know these people. You don't know Russell Simmons and what he used to do back in the days and what he used to be into and what he's been accused of. You don't know this. You don't know this. You see what I'm saying? But if you do your history, then you start finding these things out. You think Russell Simmons just went to Bali for no reason, just said, hey, listen, I'm going to go live in Bali all my life. No. That's not how that works. Candace Owens said it too. Shout out to Candace Owens. I know she's controversial. I know sometimes we don't like to, but just pay attention. First of all, we're in a spiritual war right now, y'all. It's I ain't gonna say good versus bad, but you gotta pick a side. You gotta pick a side. You either with it or you not. I ain't with it. I'm sorry. It's too much weird stuff going on. Candace Owens said, yo, listen, they're not in there to find anything. They're in there to hide stuff. And if you know, then you know. Y'all gotta pay attention. Then what's the coincidence that it happened on the same day of Biggie's anniversary for Life After Death album? Come on, y'all. Like, none of this is coincidence, man. None of this. You mean to tell me it's a coincidence that this all happens on the same day that Biggie's anniversary for his Life After Death album dropped? No. Come on, man. Come on. And if you believe in stuff like that, guess what? I got a couple bridges and tunnels to sell you for $150 million gazillion. What is Michael Rubin up to? That's another thing. Y'all gotta see, and this is another thing y'all gotta pay attention to. The Michael Rubins, the who else? What's the other guy? The Michael Rubins, the Robert Kraft. All of a sudden, these guys associate themselves with rappers. Since when? What the hell is Michael Rubin doing with Meek Mill? Talking about bail reform. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Like, come on. Y'all gotta pay attention. Y'all gotta pay attention. I know it's easy. Let me tell you, whenever I see certain things that don't make sense to me, I always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what I say. And then if I feel it's off, because y'all know the devil is the master of confusion. There's no confusion in the truth. There's only confusion in lies told. When it comes to the truth is always one way. You don't sit there and second guess it, none of that. So when I sit there and see something that's confusing to me, that means it's part of a lie, or that means it's just not the truth, right? And you hear what he just said? Shout out to you, King Mike, Vince McMahon, Jerry Jones. That's a fact, especially Vince McMahon. But you gotta remember, these guys are billionaires. They've been exposed, but what happened? Swept under the rug. You don't see nobody raiding Vince McMahon's house. You don't even hear about Vince McMahon. You heard about one time on probably TMZ when he did whatever sexual thing. Guess what? You don't hear about it no more. Why? Y'all gotta start making sense of these things, man. Y'all gotta start just open. And like I said, I'm not here. I keep reiterating this. I'm not here to make you believe something. I'm not here to spew out conspiracy theories. What I am here to do is just bring awareness to certain things that don't make sense. Because you're not going to hear things like this on the media. On the mass media, they want you to see one way. One way. Right? They want you to look to the right. But I'd say they want you to look right, look left. Just for a little second. Look left. Something's going on. It always is. Mav Hoffa and that kid named Smart, I think, exposed this issue. Yeah, first of all, Mav Hoffa had nothing to do with that. Shout out to Smart, brother Smart. Very smart, intelligent dude. And he's actually, and he said he don't really mess with Mav Hoffa after that situation, because what happens is he went on that podcast and put out his wisdom, right? Most of the people, when they watched that episode, they wasn't watching for no Mav Hoffa. That episode went viral because of what Brother Smart was saying. That's why it went viral. And he let it all out the bag because guess what? He's been in that industry. He knows what's going on. And it's no secret. It's no secret. Mav Hoffa don't know what's going on. This is why his podcast is going through what it's going through now. When the wrong people get right situations. That's what it was. The wrong person. And shout out to Mav. This is no diss to him. I really don't even, I don't speak on that situation, but, you know. But for real, y'all, we gotta pay attention to a lot of these things that's going on. It's a lot that's been going on behind the scenes. There's a lot. Quincy Jones. Let me tell y'all, it's a lot that's gonna get exposed. There's a lot that's gonna come out. The problem is when somebody says it first, everybody call them conspiracy theorists. Until it's proven true, and the next you know, everybody gonna say, oh, yo, what's the name said this? What's the name been saying that? What's the name been saying that? Well, instead of waiting until it actually happens, listen. All of a sudden now, if you pay attention, I see Gene Deal on everybody's social medias. I see Reggie Wright on everybody's social media. I'm seeing Wendy Williams all of a sudden on everybody's social medias because they've been saying this. But guess what? Everybody was calling them crazy. Now look, who's crazy now? Who's crazy now? Come on, man. Satan was the leader of entertainment in heaven. What did we expect from our entertainment industry? Shout out to you for that one. That's a deep one. You're teaching the new school people. That's why a lot of people may not understand. Now, you're right. And like I said, man, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the people that want to get it. Shout out to the people that actually want to think other than what they just see. Because I'm telling you, it's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on. KD, what's up, bro? Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and dude. Yeah, let me tell y'all one thing, right? In that industry, you get but so far. And this is what we're gonna do, right? Look at people like The Lox, JD Kiss and them that been out forever, right? And I'm just keep that in mind. Think of all your artists, your favorite artists that been out forever. They some of the best lyricists. They got some of the biggest songs. They've been successful in their own right. We've seen them, right? Now, think about the common thing that they all say. And forget the common thing that they all say. Look at the common thing that they all go through. They all reach a level of success, right? They all reach some level of success, but it always seems like they can't get over that hump. You know why? Because like Nori said, there's two doors you can go through. You either gonna go through that one where you go through that one, you're gonna have to do something strange for a piece of change. You're gonna get the million gazillions of dollars, you just gonna have to do X, Y, and Z for it. Or you can go through that door where you can fly straight. And you know, you may not have the millions of gazillions and billions of dollars, but at least you have your integrity, at least you have your morals, at least you have your values and principles as a man. This is why a lot of these guys, these rappers, they be drugged up. They can't sit there and be sober to save their life because they know what they did. They know what they doing. They know what they did to get where they at. Simple. Matter of fact, let me find that what's the name clip? Nori. Doors. Let me see something real quick. And the crazy part is, right? Here's the crazy part. We don't tend to listen to the people that actually been through it, but we rather listen to people, little Joe Schmoes that never been through nothing but trying to make sense out of something, right? Perfect example. Nori will sit there and tell you, yo, listen, in order to reach that level of success, in order to get here and there, you're going to have to do something strange and something weird with some guys in the room, and right? And everybody be like, no, Nori's just crazy. Nori's bugged out. But then little Joe Schmo from over there from Philadelphia or somewhere in Nebraska that never been in the entertainment industry, he just got a whole bunch of opinions because he's a fan. He'll say something, y'all be like, you know what, he makes sense, yup. You know why? Because we often gravitate to what we deem normal. What these people do is abnormal, so we don't gravitate to it because it don't register to us. And it's not supposed to because it's not normal. Watch this. Let me see.
It's a level of success where it's a door. It's a door. When you platinum and you getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you can walk in. I'm not sure if it's homo or if it's Illuminati. I just didn't take that though. I went straight. Listen. When you get to a level of success, when you getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world. There's 3 different doors, right? There's 3 different ways to walk. There's to the left. There's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own.
Listen.
Let's see if you continue this success, young man. Let's see if it's all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that. You went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the homo shit right there.
Yeah.
And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure.
You hear that, right? You hear that, right? There's some sacrifice, and that's a whole nother story. I've been talking about that for the longest. That's a whole nother story. Whether you believe it or not, it's going to continue to happen. I say that all the time. You could chose to believe it. You could chose to not believe it. Whatever you chose to believe is going to happen. You know? And the people that's in the industry, these are people that's in the industry. They know what's going on. But pay attention.
Because I went straight. But I was offered these doors. This is your offer. No. I'm saying that to the right when I seen it, those was those guys over there. You know what I'm saying? Those different people, which I have no problem with. You know, that's y'all. You feel me? And I just chose to go straight.
Simple. You heard what he said? I chose to go straight. The people that chose to go straight are your Jadakisses, right? Is your Fabulouses. Is these people who's been around forever and have nothing but hits. They have good songs, but guess what? They just can't get over that hump. You know why? Because they chose not to go through them doors. Right? When Diddy sat there and told his man Fabulous to his face, why you don't party with me? You don't come to party with me. You all that wit. All right, let's find that. As a man, I want, for all my guys that's on here, I want y'all to let me know how you would react in a situation like this. How would this make you feel if you was there? Hold on. But isn't Nori on Drink Champs? Yeah, but the thing is, Drink Champs started on its own. Diddy, if I'm not mistaken, he had Revolt, and then it kind of like, catapulted to where Drink Champs got sponsored by Revolt and just went on Revolt or whatever. But I know Drink Champs was this thing on its own, and then Revolt TV kind of picked it up. But hold on, let me listen to this, y'all. Diddy, Fabulous, Party. And it's kind of funny. I don't know what's been going on, but it seemed like right after that interview with Diddy and with Diddy and Fabulous, we started seeing Diddy and Fab actually together, partying together, which was kind of, it was crazy. We ain't seen no damn Diddy and Fabulous together partying and all that. That's not even Fabulous style. But lo and behold, we started seeing Fab with Diddy. Next you know, they do the song Act Bad, and man, listen, I'm not putting no allegations or accusations out there. I'm just telling y'all for what I seen from my own observation. But here, let's see this. Hold on. There you go. And they labeled it. This is how you know, right? Whoever. Diddy makes Fabulous uncomfortable. What is that? Hold on, y'all. There you go.
Yeah, I love this drink. I like when you like this, Daddy.
What?
Daddy, I like when you
look at their face.
No, I like that. I'll be practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this drink. I like when you like this, Daddy.
Come on.
I like when you.
Somebody saying that neither.
When you scrambling and scraping for shit. No. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go over that one.
Look at his face.
Don't know that. Your birthday every day. Every day's a birthday on Drink Champs, goddammit. I'm in.
Where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though?
Did you miss me? Y'all hear? Listen.
Like a thing. I miss his birthday party, man. I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We party for my birthday.
Listen.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. What do you say? Eyes, right? Hold on.
Eyes, brother. Eyes. I understand.
Look.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. And you said look at Jadakiss. You know why? Because Jadakiss know what's going on. Remember, the Locks was signed to Bad Boy at one point in time. They was signed. Jadakiss know what's going on. That's why Jadakiss ain't say a word. This whole interview, when they was doing this, Jadakiss ain't say 2 words. Hold on. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face when he ace. Yo, come on, and that's my boy, man. Shout out Fab, man. I guess, and this, like I said, we know Diddy is one of them ones in that industry, so he can't say, or he just gotta sit there and take it. Pause. Take that, right? Look at his face. Look at his face. He didn't want to take that shot.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, okay.
Look at Jada. Oh man, it's gonna be a long ass night, man. Damn. I knew I shouldn't have came in. Some told me to stay home tonight. Some told him. Fab just started eating cake like, damn. Right? Look at Jada's face. Jada know what's going on, man. Jada like, yo, I should have stayed home. I knew it once they said Diddy was gonna be there, I should have stayed home.
It's me, Tyrese, Ray J, and F. Gary Gray. You know, I'm a type of nigga.
Keep in mind, Ray J the same one that say he had booty bandits that was going to do X, Y, and Z to Fab. Y'all remember that, but that's a whole nother story. Hold on.
I like variety, man. I like people that
All right, let me shut up.
predictable. You know what I'm saying? I like different.
Damn. God damn. Whew, I hope he don't come out and say it, man. It's hot as hell with this jacket on. Ain't it time to go? How long they said this interview was going to be for? They told me 5 minutes. I knew I shouldn't have came in. I knew it was a setup. Look at you.
Personalities. So I was like, I never knew they would become what they are today. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that sounded like the type of night I want to have in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So
Hold on. It gets better.
So Tyrese kept on talking fight. This is a
Boy fight, right?
yeah.
Now look, he's doing what he do because listen, Diddy don't care. Diddy know what's going on. They know what's going on too. Even though they want to act like they don't, just pay attention.
Yeah, and Tyrese keep on talking about like how you got to get back for church. And we just like, yo, the night ain't start. You got to get back for church. We in fucking Vegas, nigga. Like, you can go to church next week. You know what I'm saying? Sending your thing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. We in Vegas. Don't be bringing God into this situation. Don't bring God into this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Now y'all didn't peep what he said. He said Tyrese said he wanted to go to church. He said, church, you could go another week. Sinning is sinning. We're doing. All right, hold on. Y'all ain't catch that. Hold on.
God into this situation, you know what I'm saying? F. Gary Gray is like, nigga, shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Then you get God into this situation, you know what I'm saying? F. Gary about like how you got to get back for church. And we just like, yo, the night ain't start. You got to get back for church. We in motherfucking Vegas, nigga. But like, you can go to church next week. You know what I'm saying? Sending your thing, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. We in Vegas. Don't be bringing God into this sin.
Don't be bringing God into this sin.
God into this situation, you know what I'm saying? F. Gary Gray is like, nigga, shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Ray J.
Hold on. Ray J.
Ray J is like just really like
What?
feeling like Ray J right now, you know what I'm saying?
What Ray J feeling like? Ray J feeling like Ray J. This is the same Ray J that had the booty bandits for Fabulous, if y'all remember. All right.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Keep it going. He don't want to be around them.
This I gotta pick it up from right there.
Look at this nigga. This is a very nigga.
Go ahead.
No, bro.
Killing.
Bro, we intoxicated.
Listen.
just got Rastafari brand of yours, huh? I see, man.
I'm walking.
Yeah.
All right. Before we even, all right. Listen, y'all. Before we even get to what he about to do, yo, you know secondhand embarrassment? When I first, because I seen this video before. When I first seen this video, I felt like I was there. Right? I felt like I was there. You know how embarrassed I felt for them? Listen how this man come in here singing. And look how he look. Watch this.
Birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday. It's fabulous. The only nigga that got the name that I want.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Let's take a shot for that, bro.
Now, all right, y'all. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, too, we gotta realize it's more to. And you hear what somebody said? They always targeting rich black men. Let me tell y'all, I think it's more to the story. Like I told y'all before, is Diddy flamboyant? We know that, yes, but it's more to the story. I feel that's they're using that as a tool to get to whatever Diddy has. You have to remember, Diddy is in them groups. Diddy is a part of that circle. Diddy know what's going on. They know what's going on. Right? Just like Jay. Jay know what's going on. This is the same. Oh, let me show y'all this. This is how. Man, look, hold on. Diddy slap. Watch this. Look at this.
Get down,
This
nigga.
a
You
real-
can get down. It's all
this
good.
a
Come
real
on, nigga.
special
You wanna
moment,
get,
ain't
come
it?
on, you can get some, nigga.
This a real special moment,
Let's
ain't
go.
it?
Oh yeah, Wayne Gibbs. He said you missed when he went to grab. Oh wow, my fault. Missed when he went to grab the dude's crotch. That's a fact. I forgot what he said because I don't think that one actually had that in there. But yeah, he actually tried to do something weird with the guy with the dreads, and that's why he actually got up and left. But that's another story. Watch this.
More jewelry.
More Louis V, my mama couldn't get through to me. You a nigga. I'm just saying how I feel, man. I ain't one of the. I guess the money should have changed them. I
Oh, yeah,
guess
here
I
you go.
should have signed
Yeah.
up. Rockefeller, appreciate it.
Let's go. Look.
Rockefeller signed up for the city, nigga.
All right, hold on. Go on. Now this is old. Listen, all this is old to me. I'm just bringing it up because it's a topic of conversation right now. I've been trying to say what I'm saying now, but once again, everybody, oh, you a conspiracy theorist. You're this. You clicks and views. All right, but anyway. This is why I'm able to go back to all this stuff because, like I said, it's old. I'm from the 90s, right? I'm from the 90s where we know Diddy been on some weird stuff, but everybody acting like this is something new. It ain't new. It's not new. Look at this.
I love New York. You go respect.
Now, listen, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. As a grown man, what are you doing when another grown man touch your butt? Y'all ain't playing no sports. This ain't no sports, right? Even if it was. Ain't nobody touching no grown man on their butt. Diddy just touched JayZ on his butt, smacked his butt. What other artist you know is about to sit there and touch JayZ butt? I'm going to ask you that one more time. What artist in that game, right? I don't care who you are. What artist in that game you know is going to touch JayZ butt? I'll wait in the comments. I want to hear what y'all got to say. That's how you know Diddy got some type of power. All of them. Let's be real. But what other artists do y'all know that got the guts to sit there and go and touch JayZ butt? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's bigger than Nino Brown, man. Hey, it's bigger than Nino Brown. It's taking his power. Exactly. You know why? Because they're showing you what they do. I mean, what Diddy is doing, he's showing you. Yeah, I can touch his butt. Y'all won't do that, but I can. It's deeper than what we know. Way deeper than Nino. It's bigger than Nino Brown. Man, listen, he bowed him 2 times. Stop it. I don't care if he bowed. I don't care what he did. He touched that man's butt. What do you mean? What other artist you know is going to sit there and touch JayZ butt? Forget JayZ butt, right? Pause, because this sounds crazy. Forget that. What artist you know is going to sit there and touch JayZ in any other crazy way? And I just mean like him, you know, whether they touching JayZ's shoulder or any crazy way. What other artist you know is going to do that? All weird stuff aside, right? What artist do you know is going to sit there and touch JayZ in any crazy way? Whether it's on that weird rainbow side or just aggressive in any way. No other artist is going to do that. Come on. See, y'all being funny, Frank Ocean, Elton John. Now, somebody said, let me go up because I just seen somebody say it. Somebody say, where you put it at? Hold on, hold on. Damn. Oh, they talking to hold on, damn. Somebody, all right, so somebody pretty much said they're targeting rich black men. Do your homework and pay attention. All right, we do know that this happens. Now, if you was here earlier, I did say it's not a conspiracy, but there's something going on to where at some point in time, our icons, our people that we look up to, and for some reason, it only happens within our culture. It don't happen in the Latin world with them. It don't happen in the country world with their artists. It don't happen in the pop world. It only happens with us. Where at some point in time, everybody you looked up to, they get taken down. Y'all, listen, this is what I want y'all to do, right? Pay attention. Think of anybody that you like right now, besides Denzel Washington, because I don't know what he got, what type of voodoo master he got praying over him, but Denzel he's been unscathed since he's been in the industry. Shout out to him. But anybody else, right? Whether it's a rapper or actor, you try to think about any of these guys that went unscathed. And I can't say actors because what happens is with these actors, after they get wherever they want or get wherever they was going or their success kind of runs out, you just stop hearing from them. But I'm talking about the real people, like these artists that we look up to as icons from the what's his name? Damn, what's his name? Oh, from James Brown to even JayZ to Diddy to any of these guys, there's always some type of scandal attached to their name. Is that by coincidence? No. I said Mike Jackson already, right? Yeah, I said Michael Jackson. If I didn't, it is what it is. Nobody would listen to poor Wendy Williams. I think they poisoned her. Makes me so sad. That's a fact. Let me tell you, if y'all think that Wendy is just running around here like that because it's on her own, something's wrong with you. But like I said, I don't get into my personal opinions on certain things because I understand that not everybody is conditioned to think or understand certain things. And that's cool. That's cool. But just know that when you whistleblow, when you sit there and you expose things that aren't supposed to be exposed, guess what happened? Guess what happened? They get you up out of here. Whether it's jail, death, or they make you look crazy, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Yeah, Mike, no, you're right. Mike Jackson was pop, but you gotta remember, Mike Jackson was also black. Mike Jackson was also exposing a lot of the secrets behind Sony. Mike Jackson was also a big, very, very big owner of Sony in their catalogs. They had to take him out. Let me tell you, Mike Jackson had more money than the people that was working for Sony. He was way too powerful. They had to get that man up out of there. Let me tell you, it's a different level when it comes to Mike Jackson. Trust me. It's a different level. None of that has anything to do with... Now, before I said only rap too, I also mentioned, acting and all that stuff. I see what you're saying, but let's not veer off the topic. But Mike Jack was pop, but you got to also remember what Mike Jack also was. Right? I said our icons. Mike Jack was also black. And I don't want, and this is the reason why I said it the way I said it, because when you say certain things, people automatically dismiss what you say, and they talk about race. It's not about race, but just like in the everyday world. When people start thinking about white and black, it's not about white and black, y'all. We all in this together. We supposed to be together. But the more we stay divided, the more power they get. If we all come together, they don't have the power that they have now. That's why they do things like keep us divided. Simple. Simple. It's that simple. That's all it is. This is why, let me tell you, you never hear me saying I hate a white, hate a Spanish. I don't hate none of that. I don't hate none of that. Bro saying a whole lot of nothing. It's a whole lot of nothing to you because you, anyway. Nobody talking about, and you know what's crazy? Shout out to, who that? Best of Threes. You know what's funny? Nobody's talking about, I mean, people are talking about it, but you know what the problem is? It's not on the mainstream platforms that our government actually controls. This is why they want to get rid of things like TikTok, right? Because you're going to see Putin talking about what he revealed on TikTok. It's a big thing on TikTok, but guess what? It's not a big thing on Shade Room. It's not a big thing on Facebook. It's not a big thing on Ball Alert. It's not a big thing on Hollywood Unlocked. It's not a big thing on none of those platforms. We know why. But Putin definitely revealed something that everybody needs to be paying attention to. But they're not. And it is what it is. Denzel was talking, remember that tax situation? You're right. Even with the Wesley Snipes situation, too. And I forgot all about that Denzel tax situation. That's another thing that kind of came and went. I guess he kind of like, I don't know. I guess he handled it and we just didn't hear about it. But it was a thing. I forgot about it. This is what they do. They forget about it. It's just like the Pop Smoke situation. The Pop Smoke situation and how he passed away doesn't make sense from the time it happened. All type of lies and came and went. And guess what? Nobody talks about it no more. It came and went. Nobody took this. That's how it goes. Denzel Oscar only came from playing the villain. He also was shot in the butt in that movie Train Day, which is the way it's submitting to the elite. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Oh, getting married. That's a different. It's crazy. What's his name? Nito 209. It's crazy you say that. They distracted black folks from Bitcoin halving. You know, it's funny. They said Bitcoin is actually supposed to split. So for anybody that's into that right now, they said that it's supposed to split. And I don't know if you can afford it, you can. But when it do split, try to get into it because if y'all pay. And this is what I always say: whenever they tell you something is wrong, 9 times out of 10 is right. And vice versa. They tell you something right, it's wrong. They tell you it's wrong, it's right. Remember they kept saying, oh, Bitcoin is this big bubble. Do not pay attention to it. Don't do this. Don't reflect. Let me tell everybody and their mother on them news stations was telling you, oh, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. Now look. And it's funny because the same people telling you not to invest into it, they investing into it themselves. Them people are evil, man. They evil. Shout out, I'm trying to see everybody. It's too much comments. God damn. Yeah, Cat a part of it, but he got a different type of role. If y'all pay attention, right? Like a year or two ago, I forgot her name. What's her name? Galah Hain. Shout out to Galah Hain. She revealed that there's been an invasion in the spiritual world. So what happens is, you know how a lot of people was looking to your spiritual advisors, they was looking to this person to put you on. You know the people that be up there that sound like they know exactly what they're talking about? That's what's happening. There's an invasion on that world as well, to where you think these people got your best interests at heart, and they don't. They leading you astray. They leading you astray through spirituality. It's nothing but trickery. That's all it is. Nothing but trickery. That's why you got to sit there and be able to differentiate who's who and what's what. It's hard. I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard, but you got to do it. Y'all worry about Diddy this, Diddy that. Y'all need to get a job. You know what's funny? Let me tell y'all when people say things like that, right? It's not about worrying about the next man. The problem is it's a lot going on. And I even told y'all this with that Tory Lanez situation. Tory Lanez situation didn't make sense from the time it happened. And everybody's still, oh, lock him up. He shot the girl. You know what happens? When you do things like that, you're condoning that behavior. So when it happens to you, right? When some unjust or something that doesn't make sense or something unjust, you know, what's the word? Unjustly, whatever. When it happens to you, don't say nothing. Don't say, oh, the cops is bad. Oh, we need to be rioting, protesting, because guess what? Nobody's going to care the same way you didn't care when it didn't happen to you or anybody close to you. That's the problem. The more we just ignore certain things from happening, the weird stuff, once we keep ignoring it, it's going to continue to happen. And you're not going to care until it hit close to home. When somebody around you gets shot for no reason by a cop, the next you know they pass away, and then now you want to protest. Right? That's the problem. We don't care until it hits home. But if we don't nip it in the bud, it's going to continue to happen, and it just may happen, God forbid, to you or somebody you know. But at that time, it's too late. That's all I'm saying, man. Start taking certain things into consideration. Stop just because it didn't happen to you, you don't care. Yeah, shot who that? Ace Cross. He said, I remember when the people was actually in control at one point and the government needed us. They planted a seed and switched the roles. Now, what a lot of people don't understand about what a government is, a government was put to govern us, right? They would sit there, they were supposed to govern us. Some way, somehow, throughout the years, like he said, the roles reversed. They supposed to ask us when they want a law put in place, when they want to do things, they're supposed to ask us. And we supposed to demand what we want, and they supposed to do it. The only thing they're supposed to do is govern. Right? They're supposed to govern. They're supposed to make sure everything that's happening is to our favor. They're supposed to make sure the police is right. They're doing their jobs. They're supposed to make sure that the economy is thriving. Everybody is good. But you know, that's not how that works. As of recent. Instead, we lean on them. We need from them. It's not supposed to be like that. They're supposed to govern us. It's a government. Somehow, some way, the roles reverse. We leaning on them. We want welfare. We want EBT and all this, and we look to them for help. No, it's not supposed to be that way. We're supposed to be abundant, fruitful. They're supposed to be doing things and putting things in place, but instead they're taking. Every time you turn around, there's a law that they're putting in place to take. Taxes. No matter how much we know that that's a scam, it keeps happening. It's going up and going. You know, the other day I read I was reading, I forgot what book it was. U.S. U.S. Financial. I just bought it too. That's the crazy part. I gotta look at it. It's somewhere in the room. But they tell you like all the history of the U.S. financial systems and where they came from and who started it and how it's been increasing or decreasing. I think I said this on live the other day. I read that since 1968, right? Since 1968, college tuition has been increasing more than inflation every year since 1968. Let me repeat that. College tuition has been increasing more than inflation since 1968 yearly. Now, for the people that say, well, what does that mean? Guess what? That means you would never pay it back. In a nutshell, that means you would never pay it back. You know what's crazy? I know nurses that's been, when they was going to school or whatever to become nurses or whatever. I know nurses that have been nurses for 20-some years. No, she said 28, I think 25 years. And she said she's still paying back college tuition fees and all that stuff. They still taking money out of her check after 20-something years. You know why? Because at some point, After you pay off the initial debt, you're stuck paying interest. How crazy is that? And I met her while I was on the bus. When I used to have a job, it used to be the four of us. It was me, her, and two other people that used to get on the bus at a certain time every morning. Every morning. So you develop a relationship because you see somebody every morning for like about a year or two. So y'all start talking. And she was complaining about the fees. Like, yo, I've been a nurse now for 20-something years and I'm still paying fees back. She ain't gonna never pay that back. Come on, man. Y'all. Gravedigger TV, what's up, bro? Wax said how Pop tried to take a Rolls Royce from LA to Brooklyn just chatting. Yeah, nah, Pop did bad in that situation too. I'm just talking about how everything went down. That's what I'm talking about. But once again, there's a lot of conspiracies about that. And you can't, another thing, we can't just go for what Wax says. Wax has been known to lie and that's another thing where I don't get in this whole entertainment circle. Why are we still listening to people that lie? Or let me tell you where I come from. Growing up, when you lied, that's it. We can't believe nothing else you say. There's no, oh, well, he lied about that. So, no, once you lie once, it's over. You're a liar. Once you're a liar, you're a thief, and vice versa. Simple. I'm not listening to what Whack 100 says. Now, sometimes if he have a little proof, but no, I can't. But he isn't lying about that. Bitcoin cannot split. That's not the truth. Listen, if that's not the truth, then I apologize to y'all. But I seen on one, and that's another thing. I seen on one of these posts, they say sometime in April or something like that, Bitcoin's supposed to split. I don't know. If it does, it does. I don't know. Denzel got a video of him saying he was controlled by demons. I gotta see that. A lot of these celebrities, they got videos saying how they was possessed. They this, they that. They got this demon. They was controlled by this. Let me tell y'all, who else does it? I know Beyonce does it. For y'all that love Beyonce, don't because everybody love Beyonce. But Beyonce does it with the Sasha Fierce. When she always say that she turns into this person that's unlike her, that's the Sasha Fierce. Nicki Minaj does it when she turns into the Roman guy and all that. Who else did it? Lady Gaga did it when she turned into, I forgot the guy name she used. They all do it. But that's just them telling us without telling us. You just got to read in between the lines. The halving is next month. That means that the people who mine Bitcoin won't be able to mine it as fast. Shout out to you, Candy Smith. First of all, I want to get more into it. When it comes to Bitcoin, yo, you know what's crazy? And I tell this story all the time. All the time. In 2008, was it 2008? 2009. Yeah. 2008, 2009. If y'all know anything about Bitcoin, it was used to pretty much launder money. It was used to pay for illegal transactions, right? And at that time, as y'all know, I always told y'all before, I'm transparent. I used to be into that whole fraud stuff. That's how you would pay your plug. When I say, and for y'all that don't know, I think it was Liberty Reserve. Liberty Reserve was you just couldn't get Bitcoin. You used to have to use, what was it? Damn, what was it? Liberty Reserve? Yeah, Liberty Reserve and something else. Damn, what was it? It was Liberty Reserve. That was one of them, though. But you used to have to take that to kind of like transform the money, convert it. You had to convert it into Bitcoin or whatever the case may be. You used to have to use that. But now that I think about it, right, I'm talking about dudes used to have $20,000, $30,000 in Bitcoin then. $10,000 in Bitcoin then, because you had to send it back to your plug. Just imagine if you would have had all that Bitcoin now. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. It's just crazy to see what Bitcoin turned into, though. Nobody knew that it was going to be what it is. It was just used for illegal activity. But, like I said, it's just crazy. Mia, what's up, Mia? Nothing from the people want to say sell out. That's a fact, too. Bro, you sound crazy. 10-4. Whatever I sound crazy about, I guess, bro. you can have, you know, do a crime so you can't do the time. That's a fact. No protest for me. Shout out to you for that, Rod. Said focus on the leaf, you missed the whole forest. That's a fact. Hold on, I'm trying to get through all these. Hold on, let me go all the way down. Let's see what you were saying. The squatter law in New York is wild, and nobody knows when they pass. That's another thing. It's crazy you say that because I seen what was it? That situation where they actually arrested the owner of the house. It's kind of crazy. And it's crazy you say that nobody knows when that law was passed. We just hear about squatter rights. We never really knew that, you know, it was passed whenever it was passed. We just always heard of squatter rights. But it's crazy because they tell you that you have squatter rights, but then they could still kick you out. But however, how do you have squatter rights? You might as well just say, listen, if you get to a house before they fix it up or because it's been abandoned, it's yours. Simple. Hold on, hold on, yeah, my fault. We go all the way down, let's see. Still listening to a lot of music, just crazy. They ain't calm because of demonic spirits. They allow to possess them, want to allow it. Any of these top artists for God, why don't you see them uplifting God and putting them first? You don't see it because that stuff don't get put out there. That's a fact. What's that guy, that football player? We reposted it to the Instagram as well, but that football player that was out there, and when they went to go, you know, the post-game interview or whatever, he spoke about God. And then what happened? They edit that part out. They edit the God part where he said, I just want to thank God. And, you know, they edit that part out and went to the next one. You see what I'm saying? It's certain things they allow in that industry and certain things you don't. This is why you're more privy to seeing these demonic things going on rather than the right things because of who it's controlled by. I've always said this. It don't make no sense to me, right? When you think about rap, hip-hop, and all that, that was started in the Bronx. So they say, right? In the Bronx, in the park, that's where hip-hop was started. Nobody wanted to invest. No, none of that. How is it that none of these big executive producers, none of these guys that actually own these big companies, these big labels, none of them are black? That doesn't make sense to me. Right? How are they all the J words and, you know, the JEWs? How are they them? How don't you have none of the forefathers actually in position to really benefit off of something that they started? You got these guys that don't know nothing about rap or nothing where it started. They don't know about none of that. How are they running hip-hop? That doesn't make sense to me. Then what's that guy's name? He actually went to Power 105.1 and said it himself. When Charlamagne asked him, like, yo, do you care that, you know, the artists and stuff that they're putting out, they're talking about spinning and killing each other in the neighborhoods. And he said out his mouth, Leo Cohen, he said out his own mouth, I got people to feed. You see what I'm saying? He said, listen, I got people to feed, which means he don't care if you got to go, your brother, your mother, your sister. He don't care about crime in the hood because none of his family and people is in the hood. But guess what? He's going to benefit off it. That's the problem. And when you look at things, this is why it's so much stuff going on in our communities now, because the people that actually have control of the things that we actually need, they don't look like us. So they don't care what go on. They don't care. This is the same reason why a lot of the times when we did have our own communities and our neighborhoods back in the days that flourished, when we had our own dollar circulating in our own neighborhoods, guess what? They came through and destroyed it. Why? If everybody hates us, if we so ghetto, if we so loud, they hate us, we this and that, why do y'all keep destroying our communities where we only get to shop and have our dollar circulating in our communities? Why y'all keep destroying them? Forcing us to go spend our dollar and circulate our dollar in other communities where they thrive and we don't. Come on, man. Y'all better wake up. It's not even wake up no more. I always say pay attention. All right. God damn. Save it, I'm sure. All right. Hold on, I'm trying to get to all the comments. My fault, y'all. Hold on. Because the minus 50 allowed possess and peace to listen. Great show, y'all. Eternal Faith, shout out to you. Appreciate you. Need some damn water. They put evil in the music and the words that speak. See, that's another thing, too. What people don't understand is frequency, right? What people don't know is the stuff you can't see. What's his name? Nikola Tesla. He tried to tell us this a long time ago. Everything is energy, right? If you're into spirituality, you know this. Everything is energy. You can be controlled subconsciously through what you hear. Some of us don't even know that. You could be controlled through colors. You could be controlled through what you see and what you hear. You could be subconsciously controlled through frequency and not even know it. Through the megahertz and let me tell you, man, it's the 808s. Shout out to what's that guy named? XXXTentacion. Rest in peace to him. Because he revealed that as well. I mean, the ones that know, been knew, but he said it on a bigger scale because, you know, he had the bigger platform to do so. But shout out to him. There's certain hertz. There's a lot of things that control you subconsciously, which is why, right? At a certain point in time, you start seeing people go crazy. There's a reason for all that. It ain't just by coincidence. It's control. But if you don't know, then you just think everybody crashing out. You're like, damn, why everybody going crazy now? It's a lot. It's a reason. They put the money up front. That's a fact. Just think about all these old artists that had all these hits, and the next you know they broke. You know why? Because they've been brought. Back in the days, all of them had crazy deals. All that independent stuff. Let me tell you how crazy they had the game back in the days. In the days, you see how now it's a little more freedom in the rap game where you have guys sitting there and they got the freedom of being an independent artist and still make some type of money. It wasn't like that back in the days. It was nowhere near like that. You either had to be signed to a label or you don't eat. Simple. Simple as that. You either sign to a label or you don't eat, or you're not going to be a rapper. So a lot of them, they sign, but they sign crazy deals. 360 deals for $100,000, because coming from the hood, that's a lot of money, and them guys knew that. They knew that. These are the same guys who made a lot, and they only knew the music side. They didn't know the music business side. They only knew music. So what happened was they got used, right? After they got used, they go and promote sneakers, clothing brands, games, all type of stuff, and not seeing no money from it. Most hated and imitated. Yeah, see, but you know, shout out to who that? Supavita. I hope I said it right. Shout out to you though. It's amazing how we the most hated and imitated at the same time. That's because we know who we are. For the ones that do. We know who we are. But it's their job to convince you that you aren't who you really are. This is why a lot of people are lost. This is why they try to whitewash history. Because guess what? If you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going. A lot of us are lost. You don't feel like how you're supposed to feel. So perfect example, right? When they say things like, oh, you only want to be a rapper. You only want to be a basketball player. You know why? Because that's what society tells us. That's what you see. That's what you program to believe. That's what you see all on the television. That's what you hear in the music. So you're programmed to believe that. Versus, let's say somebody like an Asian. When they grow up in their household, guess what they're taught to believe? They're taught to believe and programmed to believe otherwise. Other than your rapper, they don't want to be that. They want to be doctors. They want to be this. They want to be that. Lawyers. It's certain things where you're programmed. So when you know what you know and you are who you are, you grow up, you believe in a certain thing. If you only believe that, yo, I could be the best basketball player. Yo, damn, I want to be this. I want to be that. That's cool too. But guess what? You know how much, what's the word? Let's just say the chances of you getting into the NBA industry. is slim to none. It's slim to none. And you got to be picked for it. I don't want anything where I got to be picked, because guess what? If I don't get picked, then what? Down the drain? Life down the drain? You just spent your whole life trying to be the best basketball player, and the next you know you wasn't picked. Now what? You spent your whole life trying to be a rapper, and then guess what? It didn't work out. But you don't. You already 30, 35 trying to be a rapper. Then what? Come on. But it's, once again, it's what we were programmed to believe from a young age. I never forget. Let me tell y'all right now, right? Just think about all the movies you see that was targeting our community and what they wanted us to believe we were. You don't understand, right? The impact, the subconscious impact that you have when you watch these movies as a kid. When you watch Friday, when you watch Don't Be a Menace to Society, when you watch Fresh, right? When you watch, what's that other movie? What's that other movie? I said Menace to Society, right? Yeah, Don't Be a Menace. When you watch those movies and you see what you see as a kid, that's programming. When you see guys playing with guns and smoking weed, and that's programming. Those type of movies wasn't in them white neighborhoods, and they wasn't in those neighborhoods. So what happens is, as a kid, when you're conditioned to think like that, and you see things like that, you want to do it. When you see toy guns and you want to play with a gun, and that's what you're programmed to believe. So you crash out early. Come on, man. And this is why, let me tell you, on Instagram, right? I'm going to post it. Shout out to, I don't know if he's on here right now, but Anthony Lorenzo. Before Instagram restricted us, and before, I used to always go live on Instagram. And what I like to do, I like to go live in the morning. The reason why I like to go live in the morning is because I noticed something. And as y'all know, I told y'all I'm transparent. I went through a military program when I had to do time. I went through a military program, and I've learned what they taught, like the soldiers, right? So what I learned is they wake up every day at 5 in the morning, and that's something I do to this day. Wake up at 5 in the morning, they eat at 6, then eat again at 12, then eat again at 5 p.m. That's the last time they eat. And I never understood why. Like, what's the reasons, for certain things? Now, every day when you're in the military program or just in the Army period, you wake up and you PT. You PT at 5:15 in the morning. And for y'all that don't know what PT is, that's physical training. It's pretty much like calisthenics. You run, you work out, whatever the case may be. So I wondered why. So at the last month, I asked the drill instructor, I'm like, why? Like, what was the meaning after all this? Because they're not supposed to tell you when you first start the program. They can only tell you after you've been approved to go home, whatever. So I asked him, like, now that we're done, like, what's the meaning? He said, well, this is what happens. He said, being that you guys are technically prisoners, if y'all didn't have nothing to do, what happens is y'all start going wild. Y'all start, you start thinking about home. Our job is to prevent that. What we do is physical training. When you wake up and the first thing you do, instead of looking at your phone and watching TV, when you work out, that get the dopamines going, and you automatically feel like, you get that high, the dopamine high. So now, for the rest of your day, after you done worked out, and this is why you see a lot of successful people work out early in the morning. You get the dopamines going, it opens something in you. You feel good. You want to do good. Now you can think positive thoughts. It messes with your energy in a good way. Now you got good energy. You're thinking positive. You're doing positive things. You have a positive outlook on your day to do something positive. So it's inevitable for you to attract positivity because you're on that wavelength. Now versus this. What's the first thing you do in the morning when you wake up? Most of us. Right? The first thing we do, as soon as we turn over, we go on that phone. And after we get on that phone, we ain't just checking our messages all the time. Guess what we doing? We getting on social media. Right? What's the first thing you see on social media? Something negative. So you already started your day off on something negative because you turned on social media. You had to see somebody get hit by a train. You had to see somebody getting shot, somebody getting stabbed, this one cheating on this one. This one stabbed this one or did this one. Guess what? That's all negativity. So now you put yourself on that frequency. You on a negative frequency, and you stopped yourself from having a good day and don't even know it subconsciously. Because you're on a negative wavelength. See how that works? When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is you watch the news. Guess what happened? Guess what's on the news? Somebody got shot. The world coming to an end. This is happening. The bridge fell here. This one stabbed. It's the same thing. It's messing with your frequency, and you don't stand a chance throughout the day. Subconsciously, it messes with you, but you don't know that. So I said all that to say this. When I do the lives early in the morning, there's a point for it. It's because I know that the first thing we do in the morning, we're introduced to negativity. And what that does, that starts our day off wrong. Me, the first thing I do, I leave my phone for an hour. When I wake up, I leave my phone for an hour. They say your mind is the most powerful at early in the morning because it's still in that theta state. Right? So once you wake up, the first thing you doing should not be on your phone. Me, I listen to old school music. That helps me. It makes me feel good. Simple. Some of us be stopping ourselves subconsciously and don't even know it. I'm trying one day pizzle. Hold on, yeah. I'm trying to look at the Yeah, Juice. See that? Why do the Jewish people have a lot of power? I really don't want to speak on that because, like I said, YouTube is a little weird with their guidelines and certain things you say and whatever. But my fault, I'm trying to read the comments as I talk. But it goes a long way. It goes a long way. And it starts from being sold. You know, us being sold to them, and it's a lot. The banking, it's a lot. You're self-sabotaging, getting lost in the nonsense. You could do anything you manifest. That's a fact. Shout out to you, Bruce Wayne. You could literally manifest your reality, but you got to be tapped into. First of all, you got to know it. You got to understand how. You have to understand how strong energy is. That's why a perfect example, when somebody tell me they chasing money, I already know that they don't know what's going on. You don't got a clue. You don't have to chase money. Put yourself on that frequency, right? Money is currency, right? What is current? Energy. That's it. Now, I'm not just saying sit there in one spot and just feel the money's going to come. No. But put yourself on that wavelength, right? You can literally create your own future, man. But you got to know it. You got to see it. You got to be you got to feel it. You got to feel it. If you wonder why good things continue to happen to good people, or you wonder why the rich keep getting richer, is because they feel it. You ain't going to tell a person that's making money, making whatever amount of money he's making, right? You ain't going to tell them that they ain't going to make a certain amount of money at this time and that time because they believe they can. And that's what it starts with. It starts with your beliefs. Whatever you tell yourself you can or can't do, you are right. If you tell yourself you're not worthy or you can't make $100,000, you're right. If you tell yourself that you can, you're right. It starts with your belief. He said, Juice, that's a fact. You're conditioned to talk BS. Shout out to you. As a 25-year-old woman, I was programmed to believe all men were trifling until I got older. See, that's a fact too, but it starts from young. It's just like racism. Racism is not something that's in you. It's something, it's a learned behavior. It's a learned trait. It's something that's learned. You see what I'm saying? So when you sit there and that's all you bask in, if you bask in stuff like, or all men are doors, or all women this, or all men cheat, that's how you're going to feel. And that's how you're going to operate through life. You can't be happy when you always expect negative. It's impossible. If your expectations are always negative, negative things are always going to happen because you expect them to. Even when good things happen to you, you're going to think that something negative is attached because you're used to negativity. Simple. Colors. Oh yeah, shout out to Colors. Melvin, he said, yo, I was in Willard. That's crazy. You know what's crazy? They stopped Willard. Shout out to Willard, though. A lot of guys that was selling mad drugs, they was getting Willard for it. They know our background better than us. Exactly. And this is why they're able to do what they do and say and operate how they operate, because they know us. They know us. They know us. They know us more than us. They, like you said, they study us purposely so they can know how to do. You know what I mean? I don't want to say defend, but they know how to keep us how they got us divided. Do y'all know how strong we are unified? And they know that. That's why their sole purpose is to keep us divided. Whether it's they divide the women with the man and the family, the white and the blacks, whatever they do, they're going to keep us divided. Best believe that. And it's gotten even easier with social media. They don't have baseball in some black neighborhoods. They don't have a lot of stuff in some black neighborhoods. Just like and I know a lot of people like to make this comparison all the time, but it's the truth. The liquor stores. Just look at what's around us. When you go to the hood, you know what you're gonna see? Check cashing places and liquor stores. Guaranteed. And fast food. When I go visit my cousins, because they live in a nice neighborhood in Long Island, right? When I go visit them, do you know how far you got to drive for a liquor store? You know how far you got to drive for a liquor store? A check cashing place, forget about it. Forget about it. Because you know why? It's all designed that way. All designed that way. Purposely. Come on, man. A focused man is a dangerous man. That's a fact. This is why they don't want you focused. They can't have you focused. When you start seeing what's what and what's really going on in this world, come on, man. Come on. We are dangerous. We are dangerous. Our minds is dangerous. A lot of people don't even understand about the pineal gland. A lot of people don't understand telepathy. A lot of people don't understand that we never communicated through language. It was through telepathy, which means I could talk to you through reading your mind. Sounds crazy, but it's that real. That's why when you see people that can sit there and well, damn, what's that movie? Is it The Sixth Sense? I forgot the guy's name. But he was sitting there and reading people's minds and whatever the case may be. That's a real thing. What you think telepathy is? Go read them CIA documents. How about that? For the people that think a lot of these superhuman powers are impossible, go read the CIA documents because they all got it on their website. It's a lot that they revealed, but people are not paying attention. When Trump was in office and he released all those classified documents and all that, nobody paid attention to those. You know how much information is in that stuff? And it's open. You can literally go on a website, and if you want, you can search everything you need to search, and what you think isn't real, go on the CIA website. I bet you it's there. But people don't want to do the work. Let me tell you, it's easier just to say something is a conspiracy theory, right? It's easier for certain things, and a lot of times people do what's comfortable to them. Nobody likes doing anything that's uncomfortable, but I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Everything that you want is outside of your comfort zone. The more comfortable you are, the more you're just going to be stuck. And what's the equivalent to being stuck? Dead. There's no movement. You have to do at least 1 or 2 things a day that make you uncomfortable. At least. Stop being so comfortable in life. Nothing positive comes from comfort zones, y'all. I'm telling you. Losing girl code and SMG. Great conversation, but I'm not against you. In fact, I agree with you. Shout out to you, D Brown. Shout out to all y'all, man. Money makes your faults bigger. Example, if you're a drunk, what's gonna happen if you get money? You're still gonna be a drunk. You're just gonna be a drunk that could afford your habit. You know? That's all. Seeing why we were paying for something these people get for free. Because they smart with their money. Breaking down backs, worthless things on paper. The people united is their worst nightmare. Facts. This is why I always say we are not our own. We are not enemies. I don't care whether you black, white, Asian, Latino. They create this narrative to keep us apart. Why you think, let me tell you, if y'all tune into me, right, and y'all always hear what I say on live or on Instagram or any of my videos, I do not argue with men. I don't argue in real life with anybody in life. I don't argue. I do not argue. That's not me. You know why? Because that I can't give you that energy. I can't. And I know enough to know that I don't blame, even the people that are, you know, the R word, the racist, for them people, I don't blame them. I don't, but they're programmed. They don't know no better. You're not going to get me to get down in your frequency, though. You see what I'm saying? I vibrate at a high frequency. I can't come down to sit there and go back and forth with you. I'm doing myself a disservice. You see what I'm saying? I do myself a disservice by, and y'all know this quote I always use. I always say this. As long as you entertain the circus, you become a clown. And what they say, if a wise man argues with a fool, a person from a distance don't know the difference. So you know what that means? They see two fools. I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you. I'm sorry. There's bigger things, man. There's a lot of things that's going on in this world that we need to focus on. Pawn shops. That's another thing. Pawn shops. You go in the hood, that's all you see. Pawn shops. What's them thing? Urgent care. You don't see these things in these goddamn in the nice neighborhoods at all. Did they make it to Cape Verde? Who knows? 1 minute they say he did. Next minute they say they stopped him. It's too much. We kind of got off the Diddy topic, but you know that's usually how it goes here. We always get into real things. I tell you all the time, with these topics, we just use these topics to talk about. But just know, whenever we go live, there's always going to be some real mixing. I don't care. I really don't care about what be going on in the world with these entertainers, because that's exactly what they are, entertainers. All this Diddy stuff is just entertainment. It's real stuff going on out there. They got bridges falling. There's a solar eclipse coming where these people are telling you, yo, stay in the house, go buy food and buy a bunch of water, and they put National Guards outside, and it's real stuff going on. I don't care about no Diddy, but this is the stuff I got to use to get the message out there. See what I'm saying? Mixing the candy with the medicine and vice versa. That's all it is. It's real stuff going on, y'all. I can astral project whenever I meditate. That's a fact. We all can astral project. I always say that word weird. We all can. You just gotta know you can. Like you said, meditate. Tap into your inner self. Let me tell y'all something, right? Jail could either be good or bad for you. When it came to me, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. And when I tell people that, they sit there and look at me crazy. But if you don't understand, then you just won't understand. Jail was the first time I actually got to sit down and think. It was the first time I actually got to sit down. I was so busy helping others, providing for others as I'm in the street, doing what I'm doing, making money. I'm helping others. And you know what's funny? Nobody got a problem asking you for money, receiving money. It's when you get in trouble where everybody want to tell you that you did wrong. I had to realize that. Right? So what that did for me was it slowed me down. I learned a lot in there. Like I said, it's whatever you can sit there. And I think that's why when you go in there and you got a felony or whatever, they make it to where you can't really do much when you return. You become dangerous. Let me tell you, for the people that go in there and they really change, they really rehabilitate themselves and they do it the right way, you dangerous. They know that. They know that. But what happened is they like recidivism. That's what. Listen, we would never get far in a world where people benefit off our trauma, where they benefit off of drama. Meaning, as long as you have police, there's always going to be crime, right? As long as you have police that sit here and gets paid. Let me tell y'all something. How crazy it, right? How crazy it is that they tell police officers, and I know this because my uncle's a detective. They tell you that if you don't have a certain amount of arrests, you lose your job. So what does that tell you? As a citizen, what does that tell you? What does it tell you when you do get locked up? And I've seen this with my own two eyes. When you get locked up, you know what they call you? They call you a collar. You're a collar. That's what you are. You're a collar. You're a part of their job. How is an economy going to thrive when you are a collar? Meaning, how is an economy, right? An economy going to thrive when locking you up is a part of their job and they don't get paid if they don't do their job? Let me take it a step further. How is an economy going to be well, healthy, if somebody's job depends on you being sick? If you're not sick, there's no doctors. Meaning, right? If you're not, they need you to be sick. Shout out to what's the guy name? Gaddafi. Libya and all that. They didn't like the way he was running, what he had going on. When you got married, he gave you your own house, gave you, I think, what was it, $50,000 or $100,000 to start off with. If you had if you got married and had a kid or something like that. Healthcare was free. Gas was low. This is how you make an economy thrive when you really want your economy to thrive. But when you don't, you have what you have going on in America. Simple. Simple as that. Just think about it. If you don't get in trouble, right? If you're in an economy where there's no crime going on, that means lawyers are affected, police are affected, court officers are affected, judges are affected, the DA is affected, COs is affected, the prisons are affected. Do y'all get where I'm going with this? It needs to be crime. So when you live in an economy where there needs to be crime in order for certain people to thrive, you're never going to get it to where there's no crime. Y'all got to pay attention to these things, man. There's a reason things happen. There's a reason. You got to pay attention. For real. As long as we live in a community or economy where bad has to happen in order for others to grow or benefit, it will never be normal, ever. Ever. And remember, I told you that. I love your channel, bro. Much respect. Shout out to you, Melvin. Psychedelics would unlock telepathy and many other things. You know what's crazy? I don't smoke weed or cigarettes and none of that stuff, right? I do hookah. That's the only thing I do. But I always wanted to at least try like a mushroom or whatever that crap is. Is it mushroom? Yeah, mushrooms. I always wanted to try in the psychedelic because they say that it's supposed to open a side of, because we only use a certain amount of our brain. But they say if you take those, it's supposed to open and, a more, shit. It's supposed to open another side. But anyway, I started hearing about people having permanent trips and bugging out. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Nah, I'm good. But I always did want to try it, but I don't think I am. But, they say that. They say it's supposed to open you up. They're supposed to make you... And you know what's crazy? A lot of these people who are actually millionaires and billionaires, they tell you like, yo, listen, nah, try it. Microdose. I wouldn't do it, but, to each his own. Did you see the news report on the first successful Neuralink transplant? Nah, I didn't. But let me tell you, it's always going to be successful. It was written. This is what they want to do. That's all it is. It's always going to be successful. It was never a time to where that thing was never going to be unsuccessful. This is what they want. What's that name? What's that lady name? Nancy Polanski. She just put about $100 million into one of these AI stocks or something like that. Yeah, that's where we going. That's where we moving to. That's the phase. That right there. So it was always going to be a successful transplant. It was just right timing. It just had to be the right time, and that's it. Ryder Creator, what's up, Rod? Appreciate you for pulling up. I had a contract offered to me, 6 shooter records for $615,000. I turned down because they want to control over my persona. I still have, yeah. Not only that, but you gotta remember too, $615K. That's nothing. That's nothing. And they know that. But guess what? When they give that money to you, it looks like a lot at first. But in retrospect, it's really not. But you just sold everything for that amount of money. And your persona, which is crazy, because now that means they got control of how you move, how you act. You see what I'm saying? So if they do tell you to carry this agenda out and act this way, you have to do it by contract. And that's what's going on. Even though you denied it, just think about how many people didn't deny it. Morris, what's up, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. That's why you're going to fry pounds for not doing what's right. Facts. But that'll be out of your damn mind. I think that did. See, you probably just came in here, Dow. I'm not saying Diddy not guilty. That's what I'm saying. What I am saying is just pay attention to what's going on. It's more than what they're telling us. That's what I'm saying. Is Diddy flamboyant? We know that. We know that. But here's an perfect example, right? I seen somebody say, it was the news. They put the news clip. The reporter was saying, oh, yeah, they say it was girls outside. It's always girls outside late at night. There's big SUVs outside. It's ruckus all the time. Guess what that sound like? Guess what that sound like to me? Your typical rapper, right? And if you haven't, I got friends that be around these celebrities or whatever. Back in 2011, I used to be around Joel Santana because my uncle used to be a part of that little Skull Gang crap that they had. Guess what? That's every rapper. Late at night, we all know they got girls coming in and out. They got cars coming in and out all times of the night. But the average person that don't know that, you know what they're going to say? Yeah, look, he had girls outside 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning with a whole bunch of them with cars. Guess what? That's the typical rapper. Come on. All I've been saying with this whole situation, it's not about whether Diddy's guilty or not. I'm saying it's more to the story. It's more to it. You're not going to tell me that y'all looking for Diddy, y'all raiding his house, but then y'all caught him at the airport, but then arrest him there. That don't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. When things don't make sense, I got to let it be known. You can't just tell me anything. I never been like that my whole life. You can't just tell me anything. Makes sense. That's my whole, let me tell you, throughout this whole Diddy situation, all I'm saying is make it make sense. That's all. Whether you believe he guilty or not, that's on you. I really don't care. Because it's more than just Diddy being Diddy in that industry. You just might not. Perfect example. Why nobody talking about Harvey Weinstein? Why nobody talking about this flight log that's still to this day? To this day. It's been how many years now? Epstein been going for how long? With them flight logs. But guess what? Nobody cares about it because the media, the mass media, isn't making it a problem. I guarantee you, if the mass media make it a problem, then guess what? People will fake care. They're really not going to care, but they're going to fake care. Just like this Diddy situation, don't worry. In about a week or two, when something else happens, everybody's going to forget about Diddy. Watch. It happens. It's the same pattern every time. Every time. And we fall for the same bullcrap literally every time. Come on, man. Same type of cases every time. They sat there and told you that Michael Jackson was messing with all these kids and these girls. Mind you, he was never arrested for it, one. And then two, Janice Dix, not her. Somebody else came out. So, the kid from Home Alone came out and said that he lied. And other families came out and said that they lied too because they was forced to lie. Then Janice Dickinson, when she tried to lie about Bill Cosby, she wrote in her book that she lied. Come on. All I'm saying is, y'all, stop falling for the okie doke every time. Do your own research at least. That's all. That's all. There's mad comments today, y'all. Shout out to y'all. I'm trying to. You hear what you just said? Shout out to you, Derek Henderson, because I say this all the time on Instagram. I say this in person. If you know me in person, I say this all the time. I just got into something during this weekend too. But once again, I know why. It's because, and that's my fault because I know better. But it's election time. It's election year. Y'all know whenever it gets close to election time, things get crazy. I don't know what, but things get crazy. Election year, they got to make a point, like they keeping the streets clear. Everybody get locked up when it comes to election time. Everybody know that. When it comes to election time, everybody getting locked up, and it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's all mental. A lot of dudes can't function, they can. That's a fact. Another thing about being in jail, period, too, it's what you make it. For the people out there, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to make it seem like it's nothing. When you hear them stories about people getting stabbed and getting this and that, 9 times out of 10 is because they brought that energy upon themselves. 9 times out of 10 is because they went in there, either a gang member, they went in there trying to act like something, whatever. When you go in there and mind your business, nobody cares, nobody's bothering you. I'm going to tell you that right now. Nobody's bothering you. But when you bring that energy to yourself, it comes. When you on that animal, oh, this my phone, I got the phone, or cool. Cool. Simple. I need to invest in the private prison. Me and you both. But the only problem is how. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy you say that. Yeah, you were definitely in jail. Let me tell you, what jail will do, jail will sit there, it's either going to make you or break you. But you will go crazy. I'm not going to lie. Not go, like you will go crazy, but there's points in times where you like, whoa. I never forget, I had a dream when I first got in there, probably like the same week. I had a dream because I was on 23-1. That, let me tell you, for anybody that never been through 23-1, that's enough to make you go crazy. You're in a cell for 23 hours and you only get out 1 hour throughout the day. And throughout that 1 hour, you have to wash, eat, and make a phone call if you want to make a phone call, all within 1 hour. Crazy. But you're in a tiny cell for 23 hours, and sometimes you'll be lucky if you get a cell by the TV. If you get a cell by the TV, you kind of okay. If not, oh man, they got a window in there sometimes, not all of them. But where I was at, it was a window. But the window was like the mosaic, that the broken glass looking thing where you can't see outside. The only thing you know is whether it's dark or light. Talk about going crazy. Oh man, I just had to go to sleep. I couldn't stay up. You can't stay up. But once again, it's going to make you or break you. At that point in time, I had a lot of time to sit to myself and reflect. I had a lot of time to sit there and actually think and become one with myself and realize. That's why even to this day, I know how to make a lot of money illegally. I do. But it's the discipline not to, because I know what I went through. That's it. I damn sure don't want to go through that again. A lot of people don't understand. Jail it ain't a fearful thing when it comes to like the people. It's the mental aspect, or at least it was for me. Can't go outside. Another man telling you when you can or cannot shower. You away from your family, especially if you have a child. Come on, man. It's enough to make you go crazy. Some of these guys, they love it. I don't know how they do it. Gaddafi had something great finna happen. That's a fact. He was about to change the trading currency back to gold, which would have put them ahead because they're rich in gold. I mean, gold is the #1 resource in over there in Africa, which is crazy to me because that's another thing. When I was growing up, that's one thing that always had me lost. Because when you go to school, you learn, they're like, oh, Africa is where gold, come from, and they're very rich in gold. They have the resources. They have this resource, this. But then when you go home and you watch the commercials and you see these kids with the flies flying on their face and their skin, you like, wait, if they are so rich in gold and that's where, that's where people get their resources from. You hear about diamonds and stuff like that, blood diamonds. How are they so poor? Right then and there, that was a red flag to me. Right there. Flag on the play, right? Shout out to flag on the play. It was a flag on the play. Come on, man. It didn't make sense. That's what I said. It didn't make sense. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi, whatever her name is. The mark of the beast is Neuralink. I didn't want to say it. You said it. He said he's the fall guy. Yeah, people got to pay attention. Pay attention. It's deeper than some Diddy. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's the people you don't see. It's the people you don't hear about. It's the people you don't even know. Do y'all know that a lot of these record labels are owned or just occupied by people you never in your life heard about? You never heard about. And you would never hear about them, but they're there. The only way you hear or know about them is if you in them circles. And us as fans, we're not in them circles. But there's a lot of people behind these industry guys, and they just pulling strings. That's it. You're a fraud, dude. You aren't showing your face for a specific reason. Why you want to see another man's face, bro? I'm far from a fraud. Let me tell you one thing about me. I got no smut on my record, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got no smut on my record. Simple. Man, I was about to sit there and entertain you, but I'm not. Shout out to you, though. You think everyone is stupid. The powers that be are finally done with Diddy. That's what they do. Simple. That's all they do. By the time they done using you and you ain't nothing, and let me tell y'all, it's gonna happen. It's gonna continue to happen. These people that you see in them high positions, once they done with you, it's over. It's over. Once they done using you for all you could be used for and they get whatever they out of you, it's over. Simple. That's all that is, man. Dude, there's so much out there right now. So talk about it. Talk about it. There is a whole lot out there. We've talked about it. I don't know if you've been here, how long you've been here, but we talked about a lot. He's doing a job. What job am I doing? Hey, you must be new. You know what? See, look. Y'all see what I'm talking about? That's the energy. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Things like that. Right? Things like that is what I refer to when I say your energy. Control your energy. We're not going to give it no more energy. And I'm not going to block you because I don't block nobody. But y'all got to stop with the foolishness, man. Hold on, I'm trying to see all the comments. That's a fact. Shout out to you, Divine Intervention. He said, just because we are homeless and live in a shelter doesn't mean we have to carry ourselves and live like we are homeless. Appreciate what God gave us. That's a fact. You are not your circumstance. Simple. You are not your circumstance. Yeah, you in a shelter today. You're in a shelter today, but that don't mean that that's where you meant to be. That don't mean that in the future that that's where you're going to be always. But you got to know that yourself. You got to feel that. You got to feel that. But if you always feel like that's it, that's your end goal, game, and you're always going to be in the shelter, you're always going to be just lacking, then you are always going to lack. You are what you feel you are. Whatever you believe you are, that's what you are. Let me tell y'all, when I was locked up, there's people treat you away, and this is one of the lessons I've learned while I was in there. We already know out of sight, out of mind, right? When I was out doing what I was doing, everyone loved me. I was providing money, this and that. The problem is when people feel that you need them, they treat you a certain way. But even when I was in there, I didn't kiss no butt. I still stood on who I was. And in return, right, when I came home, everybody thought I was going to get right back to it, doing the same old foolishness. You know what I did? I did a complete 360 because everybody expected me to do the same thing. I channeled that same grind that I had to do the wrong thing. I channeled it and did the right thing. And guess what? I got positive results. Now I don't ever have to go back to the streets ever. You see what I'm saying? You got to know who you are in any circumstance. Before I got to the point I'm at, I used to work construction. I was a laborer for 7 years. But during that time, I always learned. I maintained good relationships. I met people that provided good opportunities because I was always myself. I didn't feel like I was less of, even though I had a job. If y'all know me, I always tell y'all, I never thought I'd have a job a day in my life. I don't believe in jobs. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do in order to do what you want to do. That was one of those situations. I had to do what I had to do in order to do what I'm doing now. You see what I'm saying? Never give up on yourself, man. Never give up. And I'm a firm believer that whatever we go through in life is already written. It was already scripted. So whenever something happened to you, look at it as a lesson. Don't look at it like, oh, damn, why this happened to me? Look at why it happened to you. Look at the lesson in it. Look at the purpose. Man, listen, let me tell y'all. Live in who you are. Don't live for others. Live in who you are. Feel it. I don't care if you're not wearing the latest designer, none of that. It's going to come a time to where you're going to shine. But you got to put the work in. You got to. Simple. Depending on how you use it can strengthen you mentally as well as physically, take you away from societies and distractions. That's a fact. Look, even right now, right? Let me tell you, if I didn't have this platform or whatever, I wouldn't have a phone. When I was in the military program, we didn't have no phones and no TVs. We couldn't watch TV. Couldn't be on no phones and couldn't listen to radio. To this day, I still have those habits. I don't care for a TV. Let me tell you, I got it right now, an 80-inch right now. That's just for decoration for the living room. I kid you not. Or when people come over and, you want to watch or entertainment, I don't watch that TV. The most I watch is YouTube and I watch documentaries. But I love YouTube and, these other platforms because I get to control what I want to watch. I get to put what I want in my body, pause. I get to consume what I want to consume. I watch documentaries that I like. That's going to feed my energy. Not what they put on that TV. I'm not watching no Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop and that bull crap. That's subconsciously messing with your energy and you don't even know it. When the haters start coming in the building. Katie, you know how that going. Shout out to you, Katie, because we always on here and it's usually always positive. But guess what? We welcome in everybody. If you want to hate, you can hate. Or if you want anything negative to say, that's cool too. I always tell people I don't report no comments. I don't block, none of that. Just don't get too carried away like, spamming and stuff. But everybody got a voice. Everybody's entitled to feel how they feel. It is what it is. I just hope people get it, man. That's it. I just hope people get it. The problem is nobody gets it until it happens close to home. Then guess what? Those jokes aren't too funny anymore. You see what I'm saying? Them jokes aren't too funny no more. That's cool. If they done with Diddy, who's their next puppet? Good question. That's a fact. Good question. He went to Muslim, it was over Cosby, same Prince name. Yeah, that's exactly. Prince, all these guys. Jaquel, appreciate you for pulling up. Keep dropping Jen. He's not being targeted, he's being exposed. That's pretty much what I mean. That's a fact. And the reason why I say targeted is because of the narrative that's being put out there that doesn't make sense. And the reason why I say targeted is because I do feel it's a sense of, targeting. I feel Diddy has information that these people know that he has that they want. Or some of these tapes. Reggie Wright Jr., he's been telling us months ago. For y'all that don't know, this is the same guy that was included in the Biggie murder and the Tupac murder. And he was the head of security for Suge Knight with the whole death row. He was like a corrupt cop. Well, he says he wasn't, but he was a corrupt cop. So he still has intel. He still has, certain information. I'm pretty sure he still has ties to, law enforcement where he knows certain things. He said months ago that there would be a raid because them people want them tapes. What's them tapes? Who knows? Right? Gene Deal said the same thing, and Gene Deal been saying it for years. Diddy got some tapes. Diddy got some dirt on your favorite artist. Simple. So when they say, oh, Diddy is being caught for trafficking this and sexual this and that, yeah. But it's more to the story. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying whether he's guilty or not. No. We all know Diddy a flame. We know that. But I'm just saying it's deeper than what they're telling us. That's all. So when you hear that Diddy was at the airport with the white guy, that's supposed to be his drug mule, but then they arrested the drug mule and not Diddy, but then they go raid his house. Y'all had the culprit. How y'all just leave the culprit and then go to his house? What y'all looking for? Take the culprit. Exactly. See what I'm saying? It's not making sense. One thing in my life, whether good or bad, putting in work is mandatory. Facts. Plus, in case no Diddy. You know what's funny? Just think, right? Probably like a month or two ago, when look how, like, this is what I'm saying. This is what I say right here. It's so easy to manipulate the masses. You know why? Because just like a month, was it a month or two ago, when 50 said something about Diddy and everybody, oh, 50's a bully, 50 this, 50 need to leave him alone, 50 this, 50 that. That those same people making U-turns. Oh, 50 was right. Oh, 50. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about anybody in here. I'm just talking about in general. You see what I'm saying? That's how this life works. It's crazy, but that's how this life works. Gene Deal was just called crazy. Oh, he's doing all these videos about Diddy for clickbait. When the man just trying to tell y'all something. Now look, them same people, oh yeah, Gene Deal said this months ago. Not knowing that Gene Deal really said this years ago. Let me tell you, I've been watching Gene Deal since like 2020. We in 2024. Gene Deal been telling y'all about Diddy. It's just nobody chose to listen because Diddy was Diddy. They wouldn't do it white. Facts. That's a fact. Because guess what? Look at Vince McMahon. They didn't do Vince McMahon like this. Right? Look at Robert Kraft. They didn't do Robert Kraft like this. Right? Look at Harvey Weinstein. They didn't do Harvey Weinstein like this. The most you seen or heard about that Harvey Weinstein case was him going in and out of that jail with cuffs, the precinct with cuffs, or in that walker. That's it. And guess what? Everybody forgot about Harvey. See how quick that was? Nobody even mentions Harvey Weinstein anymore. I'd be surprised if anybody even know how he looks. What about others on Bad Boy Records? Do you think they're going to investigate them? Who knows? Who knows? But let me tell y'all, there's been people been coming out telling y'all about Diddy. It's just nobody wanted to believe it because it was Diddy. Simple. 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 Aubrey O'Day. What's the other girl name? It was Aubrey O'Day. I forgot the other girl name that was in that little group. But there's a couple of them that been coming out and telling people, you like Diddy or something? No, see, you must be new here. See, y'all probably reading the title of the video and coming here and just automatically commenting without even listening or even knowing what we've been talking about. Once again, I'm not telling you whether Diddy did it or not. None of my business. But what I am saying is we know Diddy been flamed for the longest. But what I am saying is what they're telling us is not making sense. That's what I'm saying. It's not making sense. Now, is he doing... And this is... Let me tell y'all. Listen to the charges, right? Here's what you got to hear about. Listen to the charges. They're telling you that Diddy was trafficking and X, Y, and Z. Do y'all know... First of all, do y'all even know... This is another thing. And this is why I wanted to go live on Instagram, because certain words, I know it trigger the algorithm in YouTube, and their guidelines is crazy. But I'm gonna just go there. I'm just not gonna put this video up after. But trafficking, right? Do y'all know what trafficking actually is? Like, if you're let me break this down a little more. When it comes to pimps, they get hit with them charges, sex trafficking and all them charges. And do y'all know what the basis of sex trafficking when it comes to pimps are? If you want to be technical, a lot of your rappers, if you want to get technical, when it comes down to it, a lot of your rappers are sex trafficking right now. Forget just rappers. A lot of your favorite celebrities are sex trafficking right now. They just don't know it. They just don't know it. Perfect example, Sauce Walker. What he's doing right now is technically sex trafficking, allegedly. Let's say allegedly. I don't need nobody. I'm going to say allegedly. But the terms of sex trafficking is this, right? With these pimps. If you have somebody you're doing X, Y, and Z with, or they say you pimping them out, or you making them have sex and bring you back money, if you take them across state lines somewhere, technically it's sex trafficking. A lot of your favorite entertainers, a lot of these celebrities, period, are doing that. And sometimes it don't even have to be for money. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Just so I can show y'all. So you can know the charges. Oh, it died. So once again, I'm not saying he's guilty or not of whatever they're accusing him on, whatever they're accusing him on. Excuse me. All I'm saying is something is not making sense. And when you hear those charges, a lot of people like to say, oh, even the situation with Cassie, even that situation is weird to me. Because a lot of people are going to look at it like, oh, if Diddy... The only thing I disagree with him on that situation is the whole when he messed with her when she was young. Because, you know, Diddy was like, what, almost 40 or something like that? She's like 18, some weird stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. That was crazy. But when you get older, y'all don't understand the fetishes that people have. Not just Diddy, there's other people that got fetishes. When you hear of, damn, see that, man. That's why I gotta get on Instagram, man. Cause like I said, I don't know YouTube, but let me try to downplay it. When you hear that these guys be having weird fetishes of their wife messing with another guy in their face, y'all read between the lines what I'm trying to say, y'all. When you hear of things like that, that's like, even though you may think those are charges because they tell you that they're charges, and if you want to get technical, it probably is. These are fetishes. These are things that people are actually doing. It's not just him. Even in these brothels. And this is what killed me too, right? Because right now, when you go to Vegas, in Vegas, like I said, I don't want to say the word. The P word. The P word is legal there. But when you go to New York, the P word is illegal. Now, is it a thing of whether it's legal, or is it a thing of whether it's right or wrong? You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say. When you go to Vegas, you have brothels, legal brothels that let women sell themselves. However, when you go to New York, those spas, them little spas that you see, it's illegal and people are getting major time for that. So now, are we talking about whether it's legal or illegal, or are we talking about whether it's right or wrong? Those are the lines people get conscrewed. That Diddy made audio is real. Niggas saying free Diddy when he killed two of the greatest rappers. Misconstrued. Yeah, part of my what's the name? My tooth. My tooth. That's why if y'all hear me, I'm all over the place. My tooth killing me. For some reason, every time I'm talking right now, I'm biting the side of my cheek. But you know the word I'm saying. This is such a that's a problem. It's all stereotypical until it comes out on the mass media and y'all actually start caring. What I'm trying to say is, man, just look into it. Don't take anything for what I say. Just look into it yourself. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We know Diddy is a flame. This is what y'all not understanding. I don't know if it's y'all coming in here and y'all not knowing the content based on what we're talking about, but I'm not saying Diddy didn't do what they are accusing him of. I'm just saying, just think deeper than what you being told. That's all. That Diddy and Meek audio is crazy. Like I said, I don't know whether it was real or not. That's crazy. Sorry, y'all. He got a toothache. Don't believe these clear pills, bro. See, that's the thing right there. That's the thing. I mean, like I said, everybody gonna have their own opinion. You think how you want to think. My job here is not to get you to believe anything I say. I'm just here to bring awareness. I want you to. This is what I want y'all to do actually, and this is why I don't take away comments. I don't report nobody. I don't do none of that stuff. I want the people in here to disagree. I want you to agree, disagree, whatever you want to do. But hopefully it sparks you to go do your own research. That's that's the whole plan here. Y'all keep saying, oh, Diddy did this. We know, listen, let me tell you, Diddy probably messed with a lot of these guys. We know that. I keep trying to tell you, like I said in the beginning of this video, we seen from the beginning, Diddy with them parties, Diddy with all that weird stuff going on. We know that. We know that. But what I'm saying is it's more deeper. He said research what? Research what's really going on. Research why Diddy was caught at the airport before he quote unquote took off, right? But his house was raided. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot going on. Research what's really going on in that industry. Research that everything is not just a coincidence. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm like? God, and you know, you don't have to be home to have your house raided. See, you don't. Man, God bless you, man. I ain't even going to entertain that. Shout out to you. But anyway, y'all, listen. So J Phil, shout out to you, right? Listen to what he said. Y'all do know in most poor countries, they allow that pedo-ish. Unfortunately, Diddy is rich, and it was into smart enough to go out the country. Now, what I'm trying to say is, right, whether you think he did it or not, there's more to that story. Personally, what I think is, Diddy has whatever he has, they want. Ah, shit. So you on Diddy's side. nobody know about it. Y'all forgot Epstein. See, you pretty much saying the same thing. Listen, I'm just reading the comments at this point. Let's see what's going on. This is what I'm saying. You hear what I said she. Whoever, Caesar Farrell, if they had proof, he would have been arrested. But that's, y'all just pay attention to that. I'm just watching. BM never hold each other accountable defending. Leisha, I'm not defending Diddy. This is what once again, I don't know if y'all new coming in here, but just pay attention. Ain't nobody defending him. Ain't nobody defending him. He be giving Carisha golden showers. Even if he do, once again, y'all gotta remember, that's your preference. Right? When you go to Dubai, what they do in Dubai? And this is a known thing. Ain't nobody investigating nobody in Dubai though. Right? This is a known thing about them porters. Ain't nobody, man, listen, see, this is why, like I said, I keep my personal opinions off social media. But y'all just gotta pay attention. Pay attention. Ask your favorite IG model what they do in Dubai. That's a fact. Money crooks. The world governs what they want to be seen and heard. Simple. And the easiest way they do that, social media. Easiest way. Easiest way. Hey, listen, I gotta get off here. I gotta do a little running around. I appreciate y'all. We've been on here for a minute too. I actually gotta go pick up my son. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Next time we do this, I'm probably gonna have to get mods now. I ain't even know that we had to get mods this time. Right? But shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. There's no sympathy for Diddy Leisha at all, but y'all just need to pay attention, man. Alright? Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. We're gonna do this again either tonight or we probably gonna be back. Yeah, probably tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. I'll let y'all know. Shout out to y'all.